This video is going to be about boosting your self-study for Real Estate Regulation and Development Act. So what is RERA and what is the objective of RERA? This is what I'll be covering. Consider this as a 2-minute trailer for the entire RERA. This is only for you to understand and study on your own. After watching this video, I believe you should be able to understand the chapter even from page 1, and you should be able to complete the chapter very quickly and with great confidence at the end of the chapter. So to begin with, in India, there is a huge sentiment of roti kapda makan, and this sentiment has been exploited for a really long time when it comes to the makan portion. So everyone, including you, might have a dream about where your dream house should be. Even if you are well off financially, you must be having a dream. If you want to live in a sea facing view or at a hill station, you never know. So this is the kind of dream that you invest, and when you are investing in it, you are of course driven by a lot of emotion, and these are the things that were exploited in the recent times in the late 2000s. So why this has been exploited and how this has been exploited is a huge story in itself, but I will tell you in short. There were title frauds where you think that you have purchased a house but you have not purchased the house is still in the name of the builder. There was financing fraud where the builder says that the construction will be completed in 3 years time, and they have asked you to invest 50% of the amount, but the construction is nowhere even after 5 to 6 years and the amount is sunk. There were other frauds like substandard materials. You were promised a certain interior in the house, but you received something else altogether. And these are the kind of things that have happened, and they are continuing to happen in certain regions where you lack knowledge of RERA. So, normally, if you have to go for a house, it takes you months together to find a good house and to finalize the rate. And when you finalize the rate, you pay token money, let's say 20 lakhs. Out of 80 lakhs. Let's say your house costs somewhere around 80 lakhs including registration and taxes, but you pay a token money to book the house for 20 lakhs. And the person you paid 20 lakhs to is not answering your calls. He's telling you it will take 2 or 3 years time for making the delivery, even though he promised the delivery in a month's time. Not only is your capital at risk, you lose capital appreciation, you lose returns on that capital, and you continue to incur costs. That is, if you are living in a rented apartment, you continue to incur those costs. And although some Indians are very patient with their money, so they let it be for a long time, but at the end they get a really hard slap on their face with their hard-earned money. So this is not something that was supposed to be entertaining in India, especially because real estate is a very unregulated sector in itself. So when RERA comes into pictures, you have to understand that it not only regulates a builder or an agent, it also regulates allottees. That is, person who's purchasing a house, that is called an allottee. Even that person is regulated under RERA. There's a real estate agent and there is a promoter. A promoter is nothing but a builder or developer. So you have to understand the normal process in RERA as of now. When you read the theory, you will understand this in detail. But a promoter or a builder who's constructing the house is registered under RERA. The registration is different for the promoter and the project he's working on. So let's say Aparna Constructions is working on 10 projects. There will be 10 projects that are registered separately, and Aparna Constructions will be registered as a promoter separately. So these are things that you will understand when you read the chapter. And the next thing is real estate agent. It is very difficult for a promoter to sell all the houses. Let's say he's making 500 flats society. It is very difficult for him to make the sale for all the houses. So normally there is a real estate agent in the picture where he gets the buyers. So real estate agents are really scary when you actually go buy a house. You don't know whom to trust and how much to trust, because they try to sell you the flat more than the promoter who's trying to sell you the flat. So because they earn commission 2 ways, from the promoter and from the allottee. So real estate agent is also regulated under RERA. In general, a real estate agent cannot sell you any piece of real estate unless he is registered under RERA. So that is a huge regulation that has come in, which was not there earlier in all over India, pan-India basis. And then there's an allottee. So it is not just the promoter that troubles you. There are some allottees who do not pay their share on time. So these are things that are being regulated in Real Estate Regulation and Development Act, RERA. RERA is going to revolve around 3 people: the promoter, the real estate agent and the allottee. When there comes a dispute or there's anything that relates to administration, Real Estate Regulation Authority comes into picture. And if there is a dispute that goes on a higher level, then there is Real Estate Appellate Tribunal. So you have to understand that Real Estate Regulation Authority and Real Estate Appellate Tribunal are not for pan-India, they are state-wise. So Maharashtra has its own RERA website and it has its own RERA authority and a tribunal. Likewise, Telangana has its own RERA website, authority and a tribunal. So these are being regulated on a state level basis. In some cases, there is one RERA for 2 or 3 states. Maybe, for example, you can consider that Delhi has RERA which is also regulating Noida, which is a part of UP, for example, because Noida is the home where a lot of real estate frauds happen. So these are the things you have to understand. And then if there is a problem that is not resolved in Real Estate Appellate Tribunal level, the appeal goes to High Court and then so on to Supreme Court. But Supreme Court only takes matters that have a question of law. So High Court takes matters normally which have question of law and question of fact. So these are the things that are there in RERA's chapter. When you study this, you have to understand that you have to have the patience to complete the entire chapter to get an overview, and I'm sure that you will get an immense amount of confidence by the time you completed the chapter. And if you like this video, leave a thumbs up. I'll be making more of these videos for IBC, FEMA, mainly for equal law chapters. And in case you are finding any difficulty in completing these chapters on your own doing a self-study, you can go on YouTube and search these videos. There are free lectures, and in case you're still finding a difficulty, you go for a class. But try to understand that when you go for a class, you end up wasting your time and money in certain cases, and also you do not get the confidence that you desire. So try doing something on your own, and if you fail, so there's always a class you can take. There's a previous video where I've discussed about classes and self-study as an entire thing, which you can go and watch. Make sure to leave a thumbs up on that one as well. Thank you very much. All the best.